Hello everyone, this is a Summoner up to level 60 guide. This is Shadowbringers 5.2. Disclaimer warning, certain abilities and actions will be limited due to progress. For the following glamour, websites can be found in the description box below. For a Summoner series, we have a Word of the Goddess, Topaz Carbuncle Ears, the Eastern Ladies Togi, Caller's Armlets, the number 2 type B Leggings, and the Viera Sandals. This is a Shadowbringers Summoner Skill Spotlight. At level 52, we get Painflare. Deals magic damage with a potency of 130 to target and all enemies nearby. Its Aether Flow cost of 1. It is instant cast with a 5-second off global. The recommended number of enemies you need for this is 3 or more. Now, Painflare only has a very small area of effect, a very small hitbox. So if you're going to hit 3 or more, go ahead and use Painflare. But if you know for sure it's only going to hit 2 or less, go ahead and use the latter, which is Fester. At level 54, we get Ruin Mastery, which upgrades your Ruin 1 to Ruin 3. And also at level 54, we get Ruin 3, deals magic damage with a potency of 200. It is identical to Ruin 1, it just deals a bit more potency and then fancier animation. At level 56, we get Try Disaster, deals magic damage with a potency of 300. Additional effect inflicts target with your version of Bio and Miasma, duration of 30 seconds. It is instant cast with a 50-second off global. If Try Disaster is available, go ahead and use this. Ignore your dots completely. This being an OGCD, a ability that is used instantly, you're going to be using your Ruin 2 on the target, followed by this into another OGCD. This basically puts dots on the target, so it has a very high priority rate. At level 58, we get Dreadwyrm Trance. Now, this is a omnipotent ability that we'll be discussing throughout the entire series of Summoner, but for now, it is basically reducing a spell cast time by 2.5 seconds. It is instant cast with a 55-second off global, duration of 15 seconds. Additional effect, it resets the Try Disaster recast timer, so you can do shenanigans like Try Disaster into Dreadwyrm Trance, Try Disaster the next target if you're up against 2 targets. And further shenanigans, you can do things that I don't recommend you doing, but obviously if your entire raid group that is up to 8 people have been dying left and right, and also your healer is dead, you can do things like Dreadwyrm Trance into double Resurrect, because the Resurrect is a spell, so it'll be cut by 2.5 seconds. You can double Resurrect into a Swift Cast Resurrect. There's going to be a reason why you do not want to Resurrect 3 times. The first reason is your mana will be kaput, it will be deleted. You need a bit of mana to cast your spells, not too much, but the next reason is coming up here soon. But that's definitely not something you want to be doing all the time. If your party members are dying too quickly, that is an option, but I don't recommend you do that. And the reason for not doing so is because of Deathflare at level 60, deals magic damage to target and all enemies nearby. It's with a potency of 400 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. So that's 400 for the first target and 200 for the rest of the enemies. It can only be executed while in Dreadwyrm Trance. Remember, you have the 15-second timer. Dreadwyrm Trance fades upon execution. It is instant cast with a 15-second off global. During a normal rotation, you're going to just basically cast your Dreadwyrm Trance, go ahead and cast your abilities, or your spells I should say. They will be instant cast, so this is more preferably recommended for AoE, because your outburst will be instant cast and you can be able to move around and cast your OGCDs during your downtime. You will have plenty of it. Now, once you're in single target, go ahead and burn your rotation as you see fit. Your Ruin 3 will be instant cast, so completely ignore Ruin 2. Now it all ties together. You can cast up to 2 Resurrection and then Swift cast the 3rd Resurrection, and then hopefully you have enough time to cast your Deathflare. So we're going to put the rest of the new spells and abilities along with the rest of your rotation to kind of give you a clear motion of what to do. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Dreadwyrm Trance. It is the most important thing right after the dots are down. So just like I mentioned before, your Try Disaster goes off immediately into a Bane, into another OGCD. And that other OGCD may as well be Dreadwyrm Trance. If you have 2 targets, no more than 2 targets, you're going to do a Try Disaster, Dreadwyrm Trance, try disaster the second time. By doing this, you're basically putting dots on both targets. You're doing a full potency on those dots, not like Bane where it cuts the potency. Painflare is pretty simple. Ruin 3 is pretty simple. Painflare is used on 3 or more targets. If you were hitting 2 or less, just go ahead and use the Fester. While Ruin 3 is the same as your Ruin 1, it's just more potency. So during Dreadwyrm Trance, if you have any Eggy Assaults, go ahead and use the Eggy Assaults over using the other spells such as your Ruin 3 or your Outburst. Your Eggy Assaults have higher priority. You have 15 seconds to basically cast your instant cast spells or your Eggy Assaults in the process. If you're up against a single target, you can go ahead and do a Dreadwyrm Trance that will reset your Tri Disaster if you're currently waiting for it. Do not use your Bio Miasma if your Tri Disaster is available within a few seconds. Go ahead and wait for the reset. And finally, the Deathflare right at the end of Dreadwyrm Trance timer. Typically 2 to 3 seconds is pretty safe. Don't wait too low, don't wait to 1 second because the animation will probably eat your timer. Just make sure you cast that Deathflare because that does the most amount of single target potency out of the entire summoner kit. But yes, for now, wait for the full timer. Extend as long as possible. Your spells are instant cast. There's no other reason why you should not be using the full timer. Alright, so this is going to be a Summoner up to level 60 dungeon example. This is going to be... Whoop, wrong button. Me fumbling the buttons again. This is the Ethereal Chemical Research Facility, or ARF for short. So before we start, a quick rush into the Summoner. So for now, we're going to use the Tri Disaster into Dreadwyrm Trance. If we have 2 targets, we'll Tri Disaster the second target. During Dreadwyrm Trance, we're going to basically... Here we go. Bam. 2 targets, so may as well burn my stuff. So these 3 are basically the main priority. Dots, Dreadwyrm Trance, Tri Disaster. If you have 2 targets, you're gonna Tri Disaster the second target after reset. And then after that, just go ahead and toss all of your Eggy Assaults. Or at least toss as many as you're able to. I'm not going to Dreadwyrm Trance here. These guys die too quickly. So during your Dreadwyrm Trance, you're going to toss your Eggy Assaults. Once you've tossed all of them, go ahead and press the button whenever you're ready. If the target's about to die, press the button. If your timer is about to run out, press the button. That's basically how you play Summoner up to level 60. This is 2 targets. Let's press all of our OGCDs. Press more OGCDs. More OGCDs. And boom. It wasn't as clean as I wanted to. I missed Lucid Dreaming, but it was pretty good. You basically just have a small window of time to press as many OGCDs as possible before you have to go back to the normal rotation phase. Ooh, almost lost it there. That's a good time for Addle, but I was pressing way too many buttons. Okay, let's hard cast on this guy. And there we go. Let's take that out. I'm not gonna move. So they can reposition themselves. Fantastic. Okay, let's hard cast again since it doesn't have it. I need to reposition to one of the orbs. Okay, and that is good, that is good. Right now it's good. Boss mechanics are the highest priority. Okay, and we're watching the dot timers. Resurrect people, make sure you burn your mana, not the healers. Okay, I'm gonna dot this one. And we're gonna dot the other one. Stay away from boss mechanics. Let's focus on this one. There we go. Hard cast dots. Okay, we're gonna wait till our dot is back. And we're gonna pop it. There we go. We're back in it. Boss is roughly almost dead. Put ourselves on cooldown. Put dots on a target again. Try disaster. No time for limit break, maybe? Oh, it just reset. Okay, there we go. Go off with a bang. Hello world, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe here. You can also donate if interested in supporting the channel. More content to watch on the right side. If interested in joining in the Tempest Talons, info in the top left. And as always, good luck to you, and we'll see you next time.